Hi, my name is Matthew Dunn, and I'm an associate attorney here at Swartz and Swartz. For today's topic, I'm going to discuss how we as attorneys assess the value of a settlement from a motor vehicle accident. First, naturally, we're going to look at the extent of your injury. Some injuries are going to receive a higher settlement than others. That's kind of common sense. But why is that? In assessing damages from a personal injury case, an individual is entitled for compensation for both tangible damages, such as medical bills or lost earnings, but as well as pain and suffering. Naturally, an injury that is more severe is going to cost somebody greater medical bills. It's going to keep them out of work for longer, and it's going to cause more pain and suffering. So if somebody were to, say, break a bone, as opposed to a soft tissue sprain strain type of injury, naturally the broken bone type of injury may have higher settlement value. The next thing an attorney will look at is the availability of insurance. In Massachusetts, motorists are required to have insurance coverage for the vehicle. Typically, these include policy limits. If you're involved in a motor vehicle accident, you can be compensated through the bodily injury coverage of the other person's motor vehicle. However, you may be restricted within their policy limits. There are other options for your own auto insurance coverage, such as underinsurance coverage or uninsured motorist coverage. The amount you're able to receive through a settlement will, however, be determined by the policy limits through these forms of coverage. Another issue attorneys look at in evaluating a potential motor vehicle accident settlement is who's at fault. In Massachusetts, we have a rule that mandates that if an individual is found to be greater or 51% or more at fault for the accident, they cannot recover for that injury. Similarly, juries will evaluate the relative fault of a injured individual, even if it's less than 51%, in determining the value of that case. As such, that is something to always consider when trying to assess the valuation of a motor vehicle accident settlement. Finally, I discussed earlier how we use the extent of somebody's injury in evaluating their potential settlement related to a motor vehicle accident. Another factor that attorneys consider is whether it can be shown that the injuries are causally related to the accident. Many times people have pre-existing conditions that can be worsened by a motor vehicle accident. An insurance company will always point to those pre-existing conditions and say this was not related to the accident. However, a plaintiff's attorney will always argue that while there may have been a pre-existing condition, it was made worse by the accident. This underscores the importance of describing your symptoms to your doctors, obtaining medical treatment, and following their recommendations. If you have any questions about a motor vehicle accident or any other sort of personal injury, please do not hesitate to contact the attorneys here at Swartz and Swartz.